The orange economy is the future of the world's economy, in a way, and I think it brings together cultural, social and economic strands that in the past too often we've seen as separate, and the orange economy brings them together in a way that is right for the 21st century. In the UK, our development of creative industry policy over the last 20 years has meant that our government is beginning to see creativity differently, but the big impact is on local communities. Many cities are embracing creative policies, and again, they look at them as a means of bringing together economic planning and social and cultural policies that benefit the whole community, not just the local economy. People often ask me what advice I should give based on the UK's experience, but I think every country, every city is developing its own creative economy approach. So it's not for me to offer advice. What I would say is that what's happening in Colombia is very exciting for those of us who don't live here in Colombia. In Medellin and in Bogota, there are really imaginative policies bringing together new thinking for the creative economy. And I think the important thing is to develop these at a city level, at a local level, and also not to forget the countryside, because the creative industries also needs to thrive in rural areas, but it's always driven by local interest, not by national interest. In terms of my own experience working with the British Council on the creative economy, I think these things take a long time to develop. I would say that one of the most impressive aspects of what's happening in Colombia is very detailed data in Bogota, which means that the city can be planning policies in the full knowledge of what is really happening on the ground. To have good data leads to good analysis, and good analysis can lead to good policy. If you don't have data, then you're wasting your time. I was a co-founder of Creative England 9 years ago, and one of our missions was to work outside London, because in the UK, too much gets drawn into London, and many people feel if they want to have a successful career in the creative industries, they have to move to London. So part of our mission was to say, this is not true. Our mantra, if you like, is talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. And what we have focused on is to bring opportunity to talented people living in smaller cities and towns who may not have the resources to get to London, but they have great creative potential. That's really the key to what we've done with Creative England. I think here in Colombia you have huge potential, partly because already there are people in leadership positions in this country who understand the value of the creative economy. And it's one thing to have good policies, but the important thing is to have strong leadership. Leadership that is determined to ensure that the economy of this country is fit for the 21st century, and we're generating jobs for young people for tomorrow. The key thing is leadership, and it seems to me there is good, strong leadership emerging in Colombia. That's a great asset that you have.
La cultura es de todos. Ministerio de Cultura.